But in a way, I mean, I know I learned something. I know that I got one step closer to where I am right now. And I'm still going to stick with that whole everything happens for a reason. And God had a plan for me because, I mean, I can go back and it's weird because when I left those rehabs, I think I knew inside that I wasn't all the way there. I knew that wasn't the end for me in my addiction, that I was going to revisit it in some way, shape, or form. I didn't think it'd get to be as bad as it did again, but everybody thinks that. I can handle it. You know, it's going to be different this time. It never is. It's worse, you know. But on that same note is that I don't want people to feel like, you know, that having to go back to treatment is failing. Like, I already went, you know, it didn't work. I already went, and here I am. So obviously I'm just, you know, doomed, and I'll never be able to get better. And that hopelessness is a real thing, and it's scary that people will feel that way. And you can't feel that way because every rehab is different, and every time that you know, go and try again, you've have experience behind you, some of it good, some of it that bad, but it's all things to grow upon. And so there's no shame in going back if you need it again. You know, relapse is part of recovery, and I hate that saying so much, but there's truth to it.
And that's what I was saying if people are saying that, you know, don't be disappointed if, you know, in a few months they relapse and have to go back to treatment. Don't be disappointed in them, but, you know, maybe arm them with some stuff that like books and, you know, things that they can read. And like I said, like, you know, there's a lot of downtime in rehabs, and, you know, maybe, you know, some of them, you don't even see your therapist for the first 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, oh my God, you have a lot of downtime. If they go in there with maybe some codependent books, and especially if they're talking about doing it for other people, you know, they're trying to make other people happy. You know, there's definitely some codependency going on there. You know, they're basing their feelings how other people are feeling. You know, and that's just not good. So that's kind of what I was saying. But you're right. You shouldn't feel bad, and, you know, do it until you can get it right. And you don't know when your last drink actually is. You know, I pray that it was December 15th, 2018 for me, you know, or 18. I mean, I pray that was my last drink. But that day, a month into it, if you just said, do you think that's your last drink? I would have threw my hands up and said, I don't know. You know, I hope so. I prayed pretty hard. But, you know, just keep going, you know, keep trying. And this is something that you have to be, at least to my experience, proactive with. And I was talking with George about that the other day, and, you know, he said that he's finally calling the people. You know, back in the day, he wouldn't. He would, yep, it's too late. I'm already gone. But now, you know, he's thinking about things, and, you know, he's putting himself around good people. And not every day is good, but he can at least look forward to, you know, certain days and certain things and certain conversations, and he can look at the people that, you know, he knows and who aren't doing good, and he can just thank God that that's not him today. But yeah, you know, he's being very proactive with it, and you got to search out those things. You have to go to those meetings. You have to find the people and the things to do that's fun in recovery. And my friend George, you know, he loves sexy Oompa Loompas, and, you know, there's nothing I can do about that with him except for, you know, coach him through it. Just be like, George, you know, Oompa Loompas, I mean, if you think they're sexy, then I guess, but I thought they were all men, you know. And then George is like, well, I'm not gay. Not there's anything wrong with it, you know, but I don't know. Yeah, that was a little bit of nothing. Call that killing time. No, now I have to tell the story because George and I went to a meeting the other day, and I was like, George, let's play a little 217 game. And he just had to smile. He's like, what's that? And I was like, well, I'm going to give you a word to say during the meeting, and you have to say it. And then you give me a word, and I have to say it. And he's like, I don't know if I like this. And so I gave him the word sexy Oompa Loompa. And he's like, how am I supposed to use that in a sentence? I'm like, oh. So then he wanted me to demonstrate it, so I did. And, of course, I was very successful at it during the meeting. And afterward, he was just like, I couldn't believe that you worked that in there like that. And just so smooth with it. I'm like, I know. I was like, I'm the master. But, yeah, so that's the kind of things that we do. And, you know, it was fun. And it was a funny story that I told. And it got people laughing. And at the meeting, people were kind of down. I guess somebody had, you know, got killed from COVID or something. And people were just kind of bummed. And I was like, I'm not feeling the vibe of the bummed. So, and I mean, I don't know. I mean, I pray for the family or whatever. Or my thoughts go out to the family. And I didn't know the guy or anything. But, yeah, people are dying all the time. But the COVID, I guess, is pretty bad. So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of change the mood with the meeting, and that's what we kind of do. We have a little fun, and some people are like, "That's inappropriate," but is it? I had to sit through so many BS stories from people, and this and that, and I stubbed my toe today and made me want to drink, and I lost. My favorite is this guy. He came in and he was talking about this tractor. He couldn't find the bolt to it. He took the engine out or something. It was missing one bolt. I was like, "Are you kidding me, man?" It was a 20-minute story about a bolt.
Yeah, I've sat on some of those too.
So I can have some games and have some fun at meetings. Mm-hmm. Believe that.
I do.
Yeah. So if people think it's inappropriate, well, maybe you can find a different meeting. I don't know what to tell you. But no, most people they're cool with it, and they know we like to have fun, so.
Meeting in Charlevoix it was?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that'll probably do it. Do you want to give any shout outs tonight?
A shout out to Chris, my tattoo artist. Yeah. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Carrie. I think that's it for now.
Cool.
I'm sure I could think of a million people. I have like a million names in my head, but you know.
Well, I'll shout out to Jennifer and Danielle, and Heather and Stacy and Kelly and Jessica.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for listening, ladies.
Yeah. I'll shout out to Shannon, and I'll shout out to Nikki and Kelly and Jody and Ross and Mary.
Well, I'm going to shout out to
Are
Karen.
Are you trying to compete
and
with
Susan and Emmy.
All right.
Both Emmys.
I'm going to shout out to Madeline and Matt.
I'm going to shout out to the other Matt and Tony.
Oh, really? Do you want to just go
and the
through
other
whole...
Matt. And Boyne City Matt.
How about every Matt? All the Matts.
And Mike. And Jeff.
And Mike's.
Eric.
And Jason's. And Justin's.
Stephanie's.
And Sarah's.
Tanya's.
How many Tanyas do you know?
2.
Oh, that's enough.
Both of them. Shout out. No, have a good night. We really appreciate your good day, whatever you're doing. Appreciate you listening. Pass it along to your friends. A little tattoo talk, a little early recovery talk, a little silliness. But so we do, man. If you want to listen to a podcast that has like a doctor on talking about it, they're out there. So feel free. But if you dig what we're doing, if you listen to 39 minutes of it, then hey, appreciate it. Really do. Hit up our website if you need resources. And we're going to have shirts too. I just came to this conclusion about 2 minutes before we started this podcast. We're going to start doing shirts and putting them online. And it's first come, first serve. But I figure, especially since September is recovery month, we'll do a special design. We'll do, I don't know, however many shirts I feel like making, 20, 10, doesn't matter. I don't know, 4, 1. We'll put them up there. And if you like the design, you can buy it. Make it pretty easy for you. So just wanted to pass that along. Get the app. I'm dragging my feet. I'm getting it on Apple. Sorry.
Yeah, it's ready to go, isn't it?
I don't know. I haven't looked yet. I have been busy with school and tattoos.
Oh, okay.
But it is at the Play Store. If you got an Android, you can get the app. And yeah, that's it. I believe. Have a good one. Peace.
Sounds good. Night.
Thanks for supporting the show.